Good morning. It's Catherine from my hillside garden. Just get my boots on. As you can see next to me, we have peas. We're going to plant out the peas today. I looked at the forecast, and while it's not going to be overly wonderful weather, it is going to warm up into the 50s, and nights are going to be in the upper 30s to low 40s. And the next couple days are going to be overcast. So come on over to the deck garden and we'll plant some peas. Okay, for the past couple of weeks, I've had this little low tunnel on the spot where I'm going to plant the peas. Just going to take that off. And the soil here is very dry. So what I'm going to do is, let's see. Is that in the picture? Okay. It isn't so dry. Pick up some of the garbage that's flown over here. And I need to give this just a turn over so it'll be a little easier for me to plant in here. Some weeds have already started to grow. And as long as you get your weeds before they go to seed, just pick them out and do a chop and drop type thing. Use them as mulch. Use them to your advantage if and when you can. So one thing I did see when I started to pull that cover away, and I'm going to bring you over to show you. Look at that. I am not sure. I think it's lettuce. Because I know I did have several lettuces throughout the yard, but I'm going to see, I don't know if this was lettuce. We're going to leave it and see what comes of it. I know I did have some cabbage over here, but the cabbage did not go to seed last year. So I'm going to leave that little patch there, but we're really going to be putting the peas in right along here. And as you can see, since this is the underneath part of our deck, I do have hardwire cloth here because from time to time the rabbits tend to come into that area, and while it's not totally sealed off, it does actually help to keep them out of this area. I don't remember when we started if I said today is Tuesday, March 27th. This way, this will be my record of when I planted the peas out. I brought water with me so I can give them a good drink. What I'm going to do along here is I'm just going to dig a trench, and that's how I'm going to put them in. They will be a little bit closely spaced, and I found that that's okay. This soil was supplemented. Oh, look. Nice worms. Little worms, big worms. This is what I like because I put, all I did was I did some trench composting in the fall. And look, we have nice worms working our soil for us. So I feel bad about using a little trowel. Hopefully I don't injure too many. But I trench compost over here because I know I'm going to plant things that generally will vine in this area. And I leave it sit all winter. And that way the worms, they do the work for me. So, and if you've never seen these root trainers, I know I've done the video with them planting. here's how they open up. And let's take a nice look at this. They open like a book, and look at that. Look at those roots, how nice they are. Really, they're not pot bound. They've just started to go up in the other direction. So I should have watered these. I didn't think of it. So they're not going to come out. Oh yeah, they're doing okay. But look at those nice roots. And then we'll just lay them in the trench as we go along. I have been acclimating these probably over the last 2 weeks. And as I said, the temperature is not supposed to be too bad. And we had nice germination on these. Okay. So I don't know if you could see right. Oh, yep, you could see where I'm putting them. Just gonna lay them right up. Gonna put them kind of close. We love sugar snap peas. At least I know I do. Just gonna dump that spare soil from those right in there. And get these apart. But yes, it does help if you do water them the day before. So that way the soil will be a little bit more compacted. But they're coming out just fine. And if they aren't, you just lift from the bottom. And see how nice they are. So I'll put the rest of these in. Being very gentle. And I had really good seed germination on these because I think there are, some of these have 4. Some are 3, some are 4. So those were really good seed germination. And I'm putting them in at the depth that they're buried, or that they're planted right now. See, this one actually has 5 growing in it. Lots of sugar snap peas we're going to have. And then just before we're done, what I'm going to do, after I get all these set in place, I'm going to come out with seeds. And I'm going to put in some seeds. That way we'll have, hopefully, a succession of peas, sugar snap peas. And they line up really nice like that, don't they? Okay, I have to move you over here. Excuse my back while I do this end here. Okay. All right, let's see. Well, oop. I'm going to end up having to double up on these. Maybe I won't get another row of peas planted in there. Okay. Do you plant peas in your garden? And what way do you plant them? Do you plant them ahead of time in the house? Or do you just wait until the soil warms up enough? I have done that where I've planted them out in probably mid-March from seed, but it always seems like they rot in the ground ahead of time. So that's why I've gone to doing them like this. And plus, as I said, I've had problems with slugs in the past. I just wanted to show you the roots on this one, both sides, and there's 4 plants in here. So as I said, I have had problems with slugs in the past, so sometimes planting things from seed, direct sowing them, doesn't work so well for me because they get eaten by the slugs, or it's mice. I can't really figure out which, but I know we have lots of slugs. So by putting out the plants, I seem to have a better chance in the long run. Okay. All right. Now when you do your transplanting, you should try to pick a day that's not overly sunny. And I'm glad I chose today and not yesterday, as it was a wonderful day. But for a transplant day, it would have made it a little bit hard. It was just so sunny. It was about 90 degrees in the sun, even though the air temperature was only in the 40s. Today it's in the 40s again, but it's overcast, so it makes it a really good time to plant things out. That way they're getting used to being outside and you don't have to worry so much about them getting burnt by the sun. So we have them all in there now, and I'm just gonna, as I go along, pull these forward a tiny bit so I can get some soil behind them. Now I know they seem a little floppy because they're a little bit long, but that's okay. They should do just fine. I am going to cover them for tonight and probably for the next couple of nights, just because it could get a little bit cool. It's supposed to stay above freezing, and as I said, this area is its own microclimate and tends to stay warmer. It does face south and it's right next to the house, so things tend to do better here. So I'm not worried so much about the cold for the nighttime temperatures. Sorry for my back. Bad camera angle, I guess. Okay. All right. Gonna firm them in. Make sure they have a nice amount of soil around them so that they have a good chance and a good start. I heard a couple of them break there. So I guess that's a good thing I have. We got you. I think this guy broke. We'll take him off. Hopefully he'll be okay. So we'll get the soil put up around them. I'm going to give them a water. And then we'll put the cover up on them. And there we go. There's our peas put in for the season. So, thanks for joining me today. I hope you've been able to get out in your garden to plant something, or at least to work in the soil. Hope you liked today's video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. Share my channel with others, and leave me a comment. I always love hearing from you. Have a great day. Happy gardening.